because I have access. But if you have access, Michelle, click it on your end. But I've got it on this end too. You're on mute. I don't even know what you're saying. Got it. All right.
We're on record, you guys.
Yeah,
Go
gotta
for
go
it,
over.
Misty.
Thank you.
Perfect. Okay, see you, Andre. Thanks for coming
Bye,
out.
everybody. Thank you.
It was good to see you.
Your crown looks fabulous. Stay
Thank
fabulous.
you. I was thinking it was getting a bit heavy. I might have to take it off soon, but I'll leave it on. So I'm Misty Henkel. I live in Queensland, Australia, and I'm a sales trainer. I get to be an international sales trainer because I get to teach people online all over the world. The crown came from 10 years ago when I started networking. I went to so many networking events in the first 6 months because as a sales trainer, I was a salesman first and then a sales trainer. When I first discovered business networking, I've gone, oh my God, here's the secret ingredient to all sales. Like, seriously, never have I been in a room where someone is so interested to find out what it is that I do. And so I thought, well, what I'd do is I'd go to as many networking events as I possibly could so that then I could pull apart what makes this such a great sales tool. And so within 6 months of going to all these obscure and well-known networking events and running into so many people, I get known as the networking queen in Canberra. So that's kind of just been with me for the last 10 years. And then of course, from all the sales training, I get known as the sales queen too. So it's just a great opportunity for me to wear a crown. So that's sort of the idea of the crown. Now, a little bit about me is as a sales trainer, I get to teach sales 3 different ways. I teach online and group sales classes. I do personal coaching as well. And then I have sales books. So my first one was Overcoming Obscurity, how to get noticed in the marketplace, you can make more money. And the second one is how to go from no sales to sales in 5 easy steps. This one's at the printer right now. They called me yesterday. They were just confirming the binding process for me. So it should be on my desk. Yes, it's getting bound now. So it's bigger than the first one. No staples in the second one. It's going to be glued. So just waiting for that to happen. And then they'll come to me and then I get to sign it. My boys get to sign it. These are my boys, by the way. My boys get to sign it and then it all gets shipped out. So how my sales books came about. So a little bit of history here is, as a sales trainer, I'm so excited about people's products and services. It's like the most exciting thing on the planet to find out what people are selling, who buys it, how do you buy it? Like as a potential customer, we're all potential customers. So I listen as a potential customer. How would I buy that if I needed it? What is it that I need to hear? And that's what I pull apart and teach back. A lot of time when the elevator pitches in particular, we say a lot of stuff, but there's certain things that get missed inside of an elevator pitch that we need to know to decide, oh, that's how I would buy it, or that's how I can pass the message on. That's what they want to hear. And so all the information I would give out, and through my exuberance of talking to people about their thing that they sell, I would inevitably get people say all the time, oh God, I wish you had it in a book, because I can't remember it all. And now, but it's so good and I don't know where to start. And so that's how my sales books started, is like that. But I had to pull it down to have a tendency to flood. So I've learned over the years to pull it down to a topic. So this one's getting noticed. What do you have to do to get noticed? This one is literally the 5 keys to selling. So this is what I'm going to go through today. I'm going to give you the 5 steps on how to go from no sales to sales. You can do it in 5 steps. I'm going to name them all. And ultimately, when you write all this down, you will discover that anywhere in the sales process, it's one of these 5 things will stop the sale from going through. So here's what you need to know. Products and services sell themselves, and we, the salesmen, stop it from happening. Particularly today, with all of Google and everything that's about, customers today have researched the crap out of everything, and ultimately they know what they want. They know what problem they want to solve. They already believe that, by the time they've made it to us, that we are most likely the answer to their problem, right? And then they come to the salesman, and the salesman does something to stop that from happening. Very recently, I was speaking to someone who makes websites, And he was talking to me about a woman that was sent his way because somebody else was in charge of her website and doing lead generation. She pays over $1,000 a month to have, you know, her SEO sorted and leads come to her and everything else. He said he checked over it. He said the system's amazing. She gets over 1,000 leads a week. She sells tarot cards, by the way. He said, but, you know, she's been doing this for months and months. And she sold one packet of tarot cards, took months, one packet of tarot cards for $35. And he said, so clearly that person is robbing her and sending her the wrong leads. Now, here's the thing. I don't believe that. If you like tarot cards, you press the button when you see it somewhere. If you don't like tarot cards, you're not pressing the button. So the wrong person isn't coming to us. It's our inability as a salesman to just complete the task after we've attracted the person. We've done something, or we've not done something to get them over the line, or we've done something to not get them over the line, which is more to the point. We've simply done something to not get them over the line, yet they were already right there. And I was running this example with Simon the other day. I went for a long drive, 2 hours away to get a piece of equipment so Simon could cut out a tiny little bit of ground to lay grass, and then, you know, had to take it all back. But we were chatting about this, and I said, I'll give you an example. When on the very rare times I'm on Facebook, when I am on Facebook, there's this shoe ad that keeps popping up of these really fancy painted shoes and boots, and they're really cool. I'm attracted to it every time. I do really like shoes, and but it doesn't mean I've got a huge amount. I just really like them. So anyhow, I click it every time, and I put things in the cart, and I do all sorts of things with it. And I move it around, and I look at 75 different ones, and I never buy anything. I said, it doesn't mean that I'm the wrong person who's looking at that. If I didn't like shoes, I just wouldn't press a button. I said, you know what it takes to convert someone to buy a pair of shoes? A very quick phone call. How you going? I noticed that you keep pressing on that button. Which ones are your favorite shoes? Oh my God, there's so many. Just pick one. Don't worry about the others. Pick one, start there. Wear them out. Walk around in them. What would you wear them with? You know what? I'll pick one. And then suddenly I'll be social shopping with someone. It's something simple we need to do to help the customer keep going forward. They're already on the path. So they're not in the wrong spot. So this 5-step system is going to show us exactly how sales comes about, what we need to say and what we don't do, and just let the sale go through. So here's the 5 steps. It comes down to this, right? So, and any extra help that anyone needs, it's in the book. Like, you can ask me, obviously, I'm around at everything, but it's in the book. So my books you buy directly from me. This one's $30, including free shipping. American, I think it's about 19 or 20. My first one, $20, 22, part of that experiment. I think it's about $13. So, all right, here we go. How to go from no sales to sales in 5 easy steps. Step number 1, get known for the thing that you sell. Right? So this includes your elevator pitch. It includes your signature block. So when you've got an email address, it's your signature block. What does it say about you? I write to a lot of people via email for the particular purpose of having my signature block show up at their end. So I never tell them who I am, because my signature block says it all. So do you have a signature block? Do you not have a signature block? How many people responded back to me to say, yes, all right, I'm going to come to Coffee Club today, but didn't have a signature block at the bottom of their email, their response back, right? I even write to people deliberately via email to get a response back, just to see who's advertised themselves, who hasn't, right? So it's really important. Every device must have your signature block in it, even if it's just your name. If you have a business name, put that in. If it says what you do, mine says sales trainer, right? Or Kurt should say, I make treats for pets, for dogs. I make dog treats. Really simple. Phone number, email address. That's like the most basic of information that you need. And that's enough for someone to go, oh, right, Kurt's the dog treat guy. Got it, right? Mark's the reset it guy. Got it. Debbie's the legal shield. Got it, right? So that's the get known for the thing that you sell, and then practice saying it over and over, right? If you're a network marketer, the most important thing that you can tell people, who can tell me this? What's the most important thing that you can tell people if you're a network marketer? Your company name. There is nothing more important as a network marketer than your company name. Everybody wants to Google anyway, so you may as well give them the information they need to Google. If you don't say your company name, then you're not actually advertising yourself or the company very well. And it's usually because you're worried about a bad review. But the truth is if they find out the company name and find in Google and find a bad review, it's going to look worse than if you just tell them, they Google it, come back to you and say, I found a bad review. Yes, I know. There's a few people on the internet who had trouble using the product, didn't use it regularly, and then got mad about it. I can understand how that can happen. Like, who are we going to listen to? The person who stands in front of us every day telling us how amazing their products are, or the anonymous person that's gone online to have a bit of a gripe? So it's the company name becomes the most important thing. So step number one, so get known for that thing that you sell. Step number two is deliver the price. You notice that I say the price with everything. My books are $30. My coaching sessions are $20.22 this year. The group sales class is $100 US to join group classes for 12 months. I say the price all the time. Now, can anyone tell me why I say the price all the time? Everybody's on mute today. Oh, yeah, Greg, why do I say the price?
Just get to the point. Don't be afraid. Just say, oh my God, if I tell them the price, they're going to say it's too expensive. Just tell them the price, get that objection handled right off the bat.
Correct. They're always going to, if you're worried that they think it's too expensive, they're going to find out anyway. You're eventually going to get to it. It's not a secret. And you may as well get them anxious at the very beginning and then let them get over it really fast. So the earlier you say the price, the easier it becomes for the customer. Now, here's the ironic thing. We come out networking with the idea of it'd be great to sell to the room, but honestly, I'm after referrals because, you can't necessarily sell to the room. If I can tell you what it is that I do, there you go, get known for that thing. If I can tell you what I do and you can pass it on to someone else who needs it and give me a referral, but here's how it works. Let's say my sister had all sorts of health issues and I believed that Kathy's Kangen water system would be able to fix all of that, right? So I said to her, I think it's because you're not hydrated enough. So therefore, the Kangen water system would be perfect. What's the first question my sister is going to ask me in regards to that product? How much is it? Exactly. If I can't deliver that price, oh, well, we see, I don't know, I see Kathy every week, but I mean, you only have to ask her. She's going to go, yeah, I'm not asking her. If you can't find out for me, why do I need to look into it? And ultimately, that's what the next person wants to hear. So you may as well get the price out early, get it out of the way. And think of it from your perspective. When you've sat and you've heard all the elevator pitches, you're there going, oh, that sounds interesting. I wonder how much that costs. Do you know how much we sit there wondering about other people's products and prices, but never actually get to ask them? And we'll Google it. We'll ask other people. We'll see if anyone else knows. Has anyone else bought it before we finally get to the salesman and ask the question? And the reason we don't ask the question straight away is because we have this slight amount of worry that they'll think that I want to buy it, but I'm just curious, or I don't want to make them upset that I don't want to buy it, but I'm just curious. So you may as well just fix it at the very beginning. Tell them what your favorite thing is, step number one, and how much it costs so that then they can get used to the idea. Very quickly, who's ever done grocery shopping? Show of hands, I'm happy for it. Grocery shopping, been to the store, bought some milk, bread, something like that. Yeah. Here's how groceries sell themselves to us. They sit on a shelf with a price and we just buy it. That's it, right? So it's a pretty simple system. It just sits it. That's right, Greg. It just sits there, we just take it off, right? Who's noticed that when something, you go to a store, any store, and you go to buy something, you see it and think, oh my God, that's amazing. You look for the price everywhere and go, where's the price? Where's the price? Why don't they have the price? And how much harder it is to buy. Right? We're not walking around with $1 million in our back pocket thinking we can just buy whatever we feel like whenever we like. We are a little bit picky. So, the product has to help us out a little bit, and it does that by delivering us the price easily so we can make our informed decision. The price doesn't stop us from buying, by the way. Who's bought things that have gone, they've said to themselves, oh my God, I shouldn't be buying this. I don't have the money for this, but I'm going to do it anyway. Who's done that? Right? So the price doesn't stop us from buying it. It just tells us how much it is. It doesn't stop us from doing anything. It just tells us what it's going to cost us. That's all. So delivering the price is very important. Now, after you deliver the price, step number 3 is this. Be quiet. Silence is next. So be silent. You're not to speak again. It's for the customer to think about the product and the price themselves. So ultimately what happens is when somebody knows what you sell, they're going to ask you, how much does it cost? All that the customer is after is a price. And if you're unsure of your price or unsure of what price to give, because you've got a number of different things, like, let's say I said, Michelle, how much is it for Legal Shield membership?
It's only $29.95 for the legal plan.
Right. So $29.95, right? Now that could be, it starts at $29.95 because that could be for a single person if it was a family one. If Michelle was sitting there going, oh God, I don't know if they want the single, I don't know if they want the family, I don't know. Well, see, it kind of depends on what you want. If Michelle was to answer it like that, depends on what you want. Now you've lost the customer. All they want is a number. They don't want a huge amount of talk. They don't want to have to give you more information to get an answer. And you can't say the wrong thing, because what happens is it doesn't matter what price you deliver. When you're quiet, the customer can think about, does that price make sense to me? No, it doesn't. Like if Michelle said $29.95 and they're going, okay, geez, that seems very low. I've got 2 kids, husband and me. I wonder if that's for one person. Is that for a family? I better ask. Is that a family membership price, Michelle?
No, it's actually for single people, for family, includes your kids. You know, it could, if you adopted some children, it includes them too. You know, it's just one flat rate, a monthly subscription. So, but the reason I say that's just what that one is because we do have other products and services with our company.
Perfect. So see,
but
Michelle,
the family
thank you, Michelle.
plan is $29.95.
Michelle, thank you. You've done a very perfect show of exactly what we do as salesmen. Talk. Customer asks one question. Is that a family price? Yes or no, right? So thank you, Michelle, because you did that perfectly for me. And that is where we go wrong. Answering the question with so many words. See what Michelle did, she gave us so much information that it allows us, the customer, to sit there going, I think she's given me everything I need. Thank you. But now we've gotten confused of what we're thinking about. What I'm probably thinking about is, which card am I going to use? But Michelle gave me a whole load of information about families and singles, and which has confused me a little bit, because I'm thinking, I wonder which card I'm going to use. I think I've got to use, you know, a different card and buy 3 plans. She's given me all this information. That's where me, the customer, gets go, oh, thanks so much, and walk away, because I'm a bit, I wasn't quite sure what I was supposed to get out of it. And then I've walked away going, oh, I know what I had to ask. I just wanted to sign up. And then they become embarrassed to come back. So the secret becomes, get known for that thing. They already know what you sell. Ask the price and then be quiet. Deliver it fast and be quiet. Every time a customer asks a question, it's their question. Therefore, the answer becomes their answer to interpret, not our answer to explain. The customer has to interpret the answer themselves. Oh, most times the customer has a really good question. They just don't have it formed yet. They'll often ask a price question first to try and get the question that they really want out of their head. And how we answer those questions becomes the secret to them being able to form the better question that they're after. And so while I say deliver the price, then be silent, it works for anything. If you can deliver the answer in yes, no, maybe, I don't know, notice that, very fast answers, just say it. Are you similar to, I don't know, going to a lawyer? Yes, could be the answer. Or no could be the answer. It doesn't matter which one, because then the customer's going to ask the next question. Oh, okay, well, if you're not like going to a lawyer, then what is it like? It's like having a lawyer in your back pocket where it's just available to you. You don't have to go to them at all. Oh, but I've still got a lawyer available. Yes. See how the customer will come up with a roll of questions if we just let them work it out at their end, right? All right, so step number 4 is have a follow-up system. It's always important to have a follow-up system, but you only need it for when you need it. Notice steps 1, 2, and 3. If the customer knows what you sell, how much it costs, and you're quiet long enough, they're going to buy it most times. But when they're not ready to buy just yet, they're still just collecting information, and they've happened to be brave enough to speak to you, the salesman, to ask a few more questions. Then when they say something like this, oh, that's really great. I'm not ready to buy just yet, but I'm still doing research. You get to say this. I'm so excited that you're doing research and you're still looking. I'm happy to be your plan B. If they ask you a price question, how much is it? And it's more than they want. They say, oh, okay, it's more than I was expecting to spend. I'll see if I can do it for free myself. I'm so excited that you're still looking into this. And if you do it yourself and nail it, it's so rewarding. I'm happy to be your plan B. Or if they say, oh, okay, it's different to what I expected. You know, I found someone else who does it for about half the price of you. I think I'll go with them. Always be grateful that somebody was brave enough to give you the information in their head. It's not for us, the salesman, to try and critique the person that's done all the research. We don't know all the research that they were looking up. We don't know what has helped them make decisions. They happen to say it in that the other guy was cheaper, so I think I'll go with that. All you have to be is their plan B. What it says is, I'm not going anywhere. I endorse your decision. You know exactly what you're doing. I back you up completely. And it also says that if you change your mind, I'm right here. And hey, haven't we all been there where we've gone, you know what, I'll go with the cheaper option now, or I'll go with that other one now because I saw it first. I think that'll be fine, only to buy it and go, yeah, okay, that was a bad choice. I need to go back and get that other thing. Now, if we as salesmen try to convince them they're wrong when they've made their decision, they've happened to say it out loud to us, which is primarily rhetorical when they said, I think I'll go with the other guy. It's not for us to comment. So if we try to critique them on that, or just go, oh, all right, no probs, go with the other guy, it's very final. So if they do change their mind, they go, well, I could go back with that person, but they didn't. They'll blame you. They didn't really want me, so I might as well tell my story to someone else. Or if you try to change your mind, well, yes, you could go with them, but the reason I'm better is because, and start trying to get them to doubt themselves and their research, then when they do change their mind, they're not going back to you because you're argumentative. But by saying, look, I endorse everything you say, you know what you're doing, I believe in you, I'm happy to be your plan B. Got questions? I'll just be your plan B. It makes them think more about what is it that I'm after. And sometimes we're not necessarily after the thing so much as the gentle person that we handed our cash to. So it allows the customer to make a more informed decision as to where they're giving their cash. Quick question, just with show of hands. Who loves it when people tell them that they're wrong? You've made a decision to do something, let's say to go on a holiday, and then someone else has gone, oh, that sounds like a great place, but you know, I'll tell you where's better. Who loves it when people do that? No one? Okay. More recently, after meeting Kathy, and then someone else pointed out to me, and met Kathy with her book and her grief story, what not to say to people, you know, when someone has passed away, is who's ever been in that funeral space where a loved one has died and someone goes, oh, that's so terrible. Here, let me tell you all about the death that was in my family. Like someone says, my dad passed away. Yeah, I know it was really bad when it happened to my dad, and then on and on and on, right? Who loves it when somebody wants to tell their side over allowing the other person to just have their side? Yeah, so when a customer says, look, I think that's not for me right now, I'm going to go with this other decision, then it's not for us salesmen to then tell them our version of the story that we think that they should be had, right? So the follow-up system becomes important only when you need it, but the plan B, to set everything up as a plan B, becomes a really easy way forward. Because you can follow up and say, how are you going with that way you were doing it? And just ask them. But don't ask compared to mine, just how are you going? It also allows them to come back and ask you questions. And it often takes about 3 weeks. If they don't change their mind on the spot, it takes about 3 weeks for them to come back and ask some questions. I keep having people call me and say, you know, it took about 3 weeks. So you don't have to follow up as much because they'll do it for you. And then step number 5 is this. Oh God, look at the time. Step number 5 is this: get known by more people, right? So Getting over that thing that you sell, deliver the price and be silent. Most of that will get the customer across the line. Number 4 is have a follow-up system for when you need it. And number 5 is getting known by more people. That could be from a networking event where you practice telling them what you sell, how much it costs, be silent so they can think about it, right? So it could be through Facebook posts, could be through LinkedIn, could be at face-to-face events. There's plenty of ways in which you can get known by more people. It's just a matter of picking a space and start getting known in that space as well. So watching the time, better go around and ask, is there any quick questions? Greg.
I apologize.
Yeah. Fantastic presentation. Fantastic. I like, your comment about, hey, it's okay. I'd love to be your plan B. Couple of things. One, you're taking the power away from them when you say that. 1, 2, you don't want to burn those bridges, even though they may infuriate you. We don't like to say, have us, we don't like to hear no. I don't like it. Might come back because they see it's not the product grass over there is not as green as it is over here. So, a couple thoughts. Great job.
Excellent. Thank you, Greg. Debbie, what you yep.
I kudos on your tell the people, the company you work for. Oh my God, you are so my person. Anyway, what do you suggest for those of us, Mary Kay, I'm including you in this, that have a broad range of products? Do I say my products begin at just $22 and we have something for everyone?
You pick your favorite. Yep, you pick your favorite. Pretend, right? So Debbie does Park Lane jewelry, right? So she's got all sorts of jewelry. So let's say you were saying, oh, the new website is out. You should have a look at the jewelry. My favorite are the earrings, and then say it. Like you could say this. My favorite are the gold earrings. I don't know what they're called, but you would say the name and you'd say that if it's in a catalog, you say it's on this page, they cost this much. See if you can deliberately sell one thing to many. Like get many of that one sale. They only need somewhere to start looking for them to then browse through the rest of it. So pretend it was a Tupperware catalog, right? Tupperware ladies, they just hand it out and go, here's the new stuff. We look at it and go, that's amazing. I'll put it there, I'll put it there, I'll put it there. I'll keep looking at it. I don't know what to do with it. I eventually throw it out. But if they said, you should go to this page, we have the most amazing can opener. It's $29 or so, page 50. You'd look at it and go, oh, maybe I need a new can opener. I'll start there then. And that's all it takes. Better to get 100 customers buy one can opener than no customers looking at buying 100 things but never getting around to it.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
So pick your favorite area for us to start looking. Good question. Jill.
Misty, oh my goodness. You have just took all my scattered thoughts and made it into something that's progressible. And I knew when I looked at that crown, you were pure royalty in this arena. I thank you so much for even inviting me, because I just met you and you invited me to this platform. What you did was very, very helpful, informative, and I truly, truly appreciate it. I just wanted to give you that. Thanks.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Jill. And it's great to meet you. So I met Jill yesterday at HMP Iowa. So it's good to have you out. Thank you. Sandy, got your hand up?
Yes, thank you. And Jill, yes, it is. It's great to see you. We need to connect. So Misty, on the pricing, what really stands out to me is, before you sat there and started teaching us that, we need to give her the price, I would sit and hear people, and the first thing I would think of is, oh, I can't afford them. And then I would just kind of tune them out after that, because I didn't want that, I didn't want to be drawn to something that I couldn't afford. So really giving the price is so important, because, you're not losing that audience that sits there and automatically assumes that they can't afford you. So great tip there. Thank you.
You know what's important, particularly for us networkers, right? Because if you give the price at the beginning, right, just say the price each time. Yes, if they think that, they go, oh no, I can't afford that, and tune out. The fact that you keep turning up and running the same message is all that it takes for somebody to start listening anyway. It's like, wow, that person's reliable. They show up like every single time. They can't help but listen to the person that keeps showing up. So if you run that same message, keep running your price. Don't be concerned. It's the same thing over and over. McDonald's sells a large amount of hamburgers every single day.
Yeah.
all over the world because they run one ad. We sell hamburgers. That's it. And what's interesting is they have an advertising company. So they used to run their ads. Then they got bored with it. So they got someone else to run it because they couldn't run what they considered a boring ad. They got someone else to run that same ad. Now, when that company wants to fluff it up a bit and change the ad around because they're bored with it, they sack that person. They go to the next one who runs the same ad for them over and over. So the key becomes, as salesmen, we have to run our ads. So we have to sound upbeat 100% of the time about the thing, even though we've said it a trillion times in our lifetime. The person standing in front of us hasn't heard it that many times. So we just have to be upbeat when we say it and be excited by it. And the more you know that you have to be excited, the more excited you become. So yeah, so keep running the price thing. It just makes it easy for others to decide to buy. Pat, got your hand up?
Yes, please. Yeah, it was a great presentation. It was good. I really like the idea of saying the company. I do say the company because I'm proud of being a distributor with LifeVantage because I know what I have. So I'm not going to hide it because I like it when people say that because sometimes you have to search, well, what's your company? Who are you? Because people don't say it. And I'm proud of what I do. But the pricing with me too, I've got different products too, as you know. And it's just, if somebody asks me the price, well, there's different, I think I'm just directing to my website.
Here's the secret for you, Pat. Pick your favorite, pick it at wholesale price, and add in the tax and shipping as well. Because the truth is let's say it's, well, you sell Protandim, right? So to sell Protandim, let's say in America it was $70 plus tax, and then you have to add in tax, and then you have to add in delivery. Let's say it was $90. Better off teaching me to look after my health at $90 a month than at $70 a month. Then I have to find the extra money for shipping. See, it's the shipping I don't want to pay for. But if you tell me everything at once, I'll look it up and go, oh, it's only $70. Oh, yeah, well, once I add in the shipping, I mean, it takes it to the 90, but it's only 70. Wow, this is amazing. So you're better off just tell them, get people to get used to looking after their health at the most, at the price it's actually going to come out of their bank account. And what's the difference between, say, $80 and $90? It's not $10. It's just your ability to say it. Customer isn't going to not look after their health because there was a $10 difference.
Well, I don't know, some do.
Yeah, but the truth is they're not ready to look after their health anyway.
Exactly.
Right? I mean, if all they have is $80, then really, then they can't look after their health yet because they've got more other issues that are going on, like living in a house. So you can't also look after your health if you're homeless under a bridge. So
no, exactly.
Where's it getting shipped to anyway? So if all you have is $80 and you need 90, you actually need to work out where am I better place putting the 80. So they're not ready yet. They might want it, but they're not ready yet. And it's up to us, the customer, to allow them to be ready. The plan B helps that. But then the secret becomes, if you notice, step number 5, get known by more people. If more people knew what you sold and you allowed each person to be ready to do it, but you're practicing that same pitch, they can jump on board when they're ready. You won't notice. There'll be a time where there's nothing, but then they'll start to flow through. So
yeah, thank you.
It's more consistency about us and keep passing the message out. Extend your circle. Kurt, you got your hand up?
Yes, I do. I want to be able to share with you a little bit about the Plan B thing. It's changed everything around what I've been doing because it's always been a battle around what people are looking for treats and food for their animals. And if I'm excited around their Plan A, and then I'm here for you when it's time, the eyes are still drooping, you still have smell out of both ends, the dog's still limping around. And I'm excited that you've looked into this, but I'll be here for your Plan B. People are taken back. They're like, what? Wait a second. What are you saying? I'm coming to you for help. And you're excited about my Plan A. Yeah, maybe that's been a great way to be able to do the research, but I'm here for you if you want to make a change. And it's made all the difference in the world. So I appreciate that, Misty. It's been kind of one of my secret weapons that when I'm doing a one-on-one, it's been beautiful to be able to roll that out for follow-up. So thank you very much.
And it's so nice, isn't it? When you say to someone, I'm happy to be your Plan B, and then there's a switch that goes, I'm actually really happy for them to keep looking into it and to test out their thoughts and ideas. And I'm actually happy to be available to them when they're ready to pull the trigger and move, right? And it changes something in us, the salesman, as well, to love our customer for looking into it and asking questions in the first place, as opposed to looking at the person in front of us going, you're only after information from me so you can work out either how to do it for free, get something for nothing, or, go to someone else. That's not actually what they're doing. What they're doing is just trying to work out what it is that they don't know, and how
Yeah.
we treat them becomes the secret. So I want you to think of it like this. We have this weird system in us that if it was a small child, imagine that you work at a store and a small child, let's say 6 or 7, comes in with $3 and wants to buy some candy. And they come over with a block of chocolate, right? And they scan it and it comes to $5. And they say, here's my money, right? You know that they're just learning about money and shopping. Now, as a store assistant, you'd say to them, all right, sweetie, so this is $5, but you've only got 3. Let me show you what it is you can buy instead. Like, that's how we
Yes.
speak to them, right? Somehow when they become an adult and we ask something like, Kurt, how much is it for your dog treats? Let's say you said $20. Well, I've only got 15 cash on me at the moment. Will you take that? Somehow as an adult, we go, no, why should I give you a discount? Why do they want something for free? Why should I do that? Why are we yelling at them? I mean, they're just asking a question. If it was a child asking, we'd be nice to them. So it's for us to practice going, oh, no, they're all $20, no discounts. Oh, right. Okay. All right. No problems. I'll go grab more cash. Right. So, but somewhere we just treat adults differently. Something's happened in us. We go a bit bananas. So it's about, the plan B helps with that, to learn to just go, you know what? I'm happy if you keep looking. And then it settles you down to know that, hey, they came to me anyway. I mean, they did find me. So they can come back. They know what they're doing, and just leave it like that. So thank you everyone for listening to my talk. And thanks for coming out, Michelle. I'm taking too long.
Oh, I know. And if there's anybody that is wanting to go over to the
Yeah,
HNP thing, go ahead and jump off if you want to. Kathy already left to do that, because you guys might want to know what you made for the quarter. And so, but anyway, thank you guys for coming today. Thank you for all your great questions. And of course, I'm excited because I can't wait to get my second book from Misty. I mean, and it's cheaper in America to buy her $30 book. So if you want to get a great deal, go ahead and order and then look at the bank account. It's just hilarious. And it's a free shipping, you guys. And it's very affordable. It's under $20 American money is all I'm going to say. I've got her first book. Amazing. It's in my office always. I see her every day I'm at work. And then I've actually read the book too. So that's also a bonus, but I am excited. I'm very excited. I've learned so much today from all of you. So I look forward to here in a couple of weeks, seeing you again. It'll be December.
Whoa.
I know. And pray for warmer weather because it's really cold. All right, you guys. Well, you take care. Thank you all for coming. And
Thanks,
Misty will give
Misty.
us-
Thank you, Misty.
Yep.
Thanks, Misty. Thanks, Michelle.
for
Thank you,
putting this
everyone.
on. And thanks,
Good
Misty.
talk.
See you. Take care,
Great morning,
everybody. See
girls.
you soon.
Take care.
Thanks, Misty.
Thank you.
Michelle.
Thanks for coming. Bye.
Bye.
Gracias, Misty. Great time, guys. Hey, great group, guys. We'll see you next time. Great.
Yeah, see you, Greg.
Hey, I'll see you guys. Happy Thanksgiving or happy whatever you all celebrate down there in